It's freezing cold Saturday morning in Clarington as the Aces taking on the host Clarington Toros as they look to build on a great win last night over the Kitchener Rangers, a 2-1 win. The Aces played a really nice defensive game and were able to come out on top. So they sit 1-1, tied with Kitchener in second place, and against the 0-2 Toros, as they're looking to get a win and create a three-way tie across the leaderboard is what their goal will be. Toros take control in their own zone. Elise takes it at the center ice, shifts it up. Jessup loses control at the zone in the feet there. Jace able to take it off a stick and keep it in the zone as Clarington will recycle, move it up to the neutral zone. They enter the zone with a bit of pace. Lose control as it gets behind the net. Knox is going to have to be first in there, but beaten by the Toro player. Goes all the way around. Again, working hard, Riker with it, but put back in by Clarington as they pick it up and go down deep in low. Centering pass. Push back down to the boards as Elise pushes it up and Riker takes control as he's got his feet. Hands it off to Jack as he comes in, goes wide side around the defenseman. He's got a step. Comes in, shooting tight, short, tipped and wide. Goes to the corner. Ace is trying to control, but Toros get it as they kick it out, gets past Keegan on the backside. Toros got a 2-on-1 here, looking for that cross-ice pass, hits a skate and deflects back. Fortunate bounce for the Aces there. As Declan pushes it around to Riker on the far side. Toros in first, they control it in behind. Again, maintaining possession of the puck. Centering pass all the way to the D. Pushes it back down in deep. Centering cross-ice pass right on the stick. Another cross-ice and a beautiful back and forth play by Clarington as they're able to get it right in front to a wide open player and get the first marker of the game. 1-0 Clarington on some nice passing by the team. Here to take the draw. Scramble draw won by Clarington. Push it up the boards. Knox with the pinch. And pushed out by Charlie as Knox takes it with a bit of pace. He gets in line. Fires it towards the pad. Off the pad. Rebound. Misses just wide. Golden opportunity. Shot off the basket. Rebound. Scores! Aces with a quick comeback goal as they flutter a couple pucks towards the tendy and get the rebound opportunities to tuck one home. It's 1-1 with 7:40 left in the period. Control shot towards the net, tipped. Loose puck in front. And Xander able to pick it up and clear behind the net, but Clarington hard on the puck all game so far. Kicked out by Luke. Pushing the neutral zone. Stick check missed by Knox, but able to recover by Xander. As Xander gets a bit of ice, he gets up to the line and pushed out by Clarington. Then moving in, that's going to be offside by inches, but absolutely offside. Aces will go for a change as we have 6:53 left in the period. Jack takes face off with Rory and Riker on there, and Keegan and Elise on the back end. Face off one deep into the Clarington zone. Clarington defense tries to play, mishandles, but gets up along the far boards. Cross ice pass as they're going to come out with some speed now. Moves into the middle, dangling, loses it right back towards the D. Picked up by Rory, who's now got some space. He's going to come in, shot off the goalie and in. Misplayed by the Clarington goaltender. I went off his glove, was going to go wide. Off his glove and in. Unfortunate luck for the goalie. Shot from distance by Rory, as that'll go unassisted. Clarington wins the draw and they move it up. As Keegan pushes it to Rory. Rory fires it in deep. He's going to go for a change. Riker going to be F1 on the play. Paul moved up the boards. And they come up to the neutral zone with speed. At least with a good stick there to knock it off there. Support by Harry in the corner, but Clarington maintains possession on the half wall. Clarington cycling along the boards, now moves it to the middle. Loses control. Ace is playing like it's almost like a penalty kill, just let him kind of skating. In behind the net there though, Harry with it. He gets control and gets dangerously in front, but pushed out by Keegan as Charlie takes it with speed. And Harry's on the wing with him. And Harry in by a step as Charlie made a little move at the line to go offside. Face off, come outside the zone. Harry on the dot. With Cam and Charlie with them. Scramble draw, one back to the defense of Clarington as they push it up to the half boards. Stopped by there Xander, but pushing along the boards. Battle there, hard. Charlie pushing it. Clarington will take it back on the defense side as they chip it up into the Aces zone where Xander takes it. Dangles one player, but can't get it past the second. Charlie hauls down the player, no call. Harry with it on the half boards to Cam. Right, give and go to Harry. Tries to maintain possession. He does. Keeps puck on his stick. Comes wide. Shot. High and over the net.
Down, Harry.
Chip past the defense. Good support there by Jace to help out. But Clarington still come in with speed. Xander, nice play there to push the puck off. Centering pass to... Oh, just missed the Clarington player on the same pass. Ace put it in deep, and Jace is going to go F1 as they get a change. Puck moved around onto the half boards. Knox with the pinch to no avail. Elise covering for Knox on the pinch. She takes it, skates, turns, fires it off the boards and up to Jace. Jace with it now. He moves it up to Graydon. Graydon loses control in the neutral zone. Would Toros take possession? Defenseman moves up, crosses the line, loses it, but two aces collide with each other, and Clarington takes possession behind the net. Puck centering pass. Nobody there. Shot! Scores! A centering pass missing the original player. The other winger picking it up inside the slot and able to deposit it in. It's a 2-2 game, 4:04 in the period. Jack to take draw with Rory and Riker. Scramble draw, one again by Clarington. They push it up into the neutral zone. Tripped by Knox off the boards and in. Rory's in hard on it. Clarington puts it up the boards. Riker able to control along the boards. Pushing out to the middle. Jack with it as he skates the middle. Clearing pass. Cleared by Clarington as they move it up. And they're getting a line change. He's on his own here. Dangle shot, high and wide. Good opportunity there. Has made one move to get around the ace defenseman. Centering pass, Knox pushes it back to the corner. Elise takes it, she just pushes it up the boards. Riker with it as he goes up middle to Rory. Rory loses control. Clarington just pushes it back into the zone. Ace is going to have to retreat and regroup. Knoxy with it over to his partner, Keegan, who takes it and fans on the pass. Clarington picks it up behind the net. Clarington loses an edge, comes in front, shot, and a quick whistle as he did not have that covered, going into the benefit of the Aces, as the referee thought he had it, but that was still a loose puck. But that happens both ways, folks. Face off deep in the Aces zone, 3:01 left in the period. Harry to take the draw. Harry banks it off the boards for himself. He's got it. Looking for options. He banks it off the boards. That's going to be icing as not enough angle for the pass and too much mustard to get it around all the way down. It's going to come all the way back down for another face-off deep in the Aces zone. Keegan and Declan on the backside. Toros try the late change, but the referee says no, thank you. As they're going to come back in, that should lead to a face-off toss as well. And it does, as the late change causes the centerman to get tossed from the shot. Harry with it. Wins the claim, soft clean to Keegan. Keegan with it. Just chips to the corner right onto the Toro stick. Got to do a better job of getting rid of the puck there. Puck on the half boards now. There's 3 aces there as they just able to push it out to neutral ice. Charlie hard on it, giving them fits. Puck up the middle as Declan takes control there and he goes up the wing to Cam. Cam just gets a stick on it, but nothing happening. Declan back on his stair, goes up the boards. A little back and forth between defensemen right there as they just keep kind of pushing it back and forth to each other. Finally, Declan gets it in behind. Charlie with a half step on the Clarington player, but Clarington does a nice defensive job to stop that threat. Declan plays that at center ice. He just lofts it into the corner. Harry working hard to get control of the puck, can't. Clarington tries to push it up the boards, blocked by Declan. Harry takes it at the line, comes in, pushes it towards the net, into the skates. Keegan stops at the line, a drifter towards the net, wide, and Clarington takes it as they pop it off the boards. Ace is on a change there, as it's 3-on-2 for Clarington. Shot, low and wide, as it comes out the other side, and Jason's got it. He's going to skate here, looks for his options, and gets checked by Clarington. Just puts it in deep, letting Luke go in after it. 2 aces in below the goal line. And Clarington pushes it out. Noxie takes control, goes back to his partner, Xander. Xander pushes it up to Jace on the wing. Jace with just a touch into the zone. Rims it around. Clarington on it there. They push it up to the half boards along the boards. Knox tries to pinch and misses completely. As luckily, Clarington misses the pass there and puts it right on the defense stick. And again, defense to defense for these teams. They don't want the forwards to play today. A weird bounce off a stanchion. Unfortunate bounce, but came right back to Clarington. He'll try it again, and it bounces the same way. Avoid that corner. Rory picks it up in the corner. It gets hauled down. No call. He's got it. Knocks it back to the D. Clapper. Shot wide off the boards. Riker picks it up. Tries to get a shot. Hits a player. Goes. Pins it on the board. 30 seconds left in the period here. Clarington picks it up. Rimming around. Knox tries to get there. Able to stop his man, but not the puck. Xander will go back to pick it up. 20 seconds left as Xander loses control. Xander Harris able to defend that and push it back out. Knox with it is he goes cross ice to Riker. 10 seconds on the clock. Riker with a shot from distance. Hopping puck. That's a tough one for goalies in general. Never like to see the hoppers, as you just don't know what the edge of the puck's going to do, but he's able to control that nicely. Covers up for a face-off with 5 seconds left in the period. And Riker tries the shot off the face-off. Worked in the last league game where he was able to get a clean shot and goal. Kind of figured that was coming. And that'll do it for the period. It's 2-2 after 1. Get ready to start the second period. 12 minutes are on the clock. Jack, Riker, and Jace are out there on the front end, and Lise and Keegan are on the backside. scramble draw as Jack tries to push it forward, gets stuck in his feet as he did win it, but Clarington takes possession in the neutral zone. Push it along the boards. Gets it in behind there. Clarington player fans on the pass, but the other Clarington winger picks it up and gets it back to the D. They go D to D, off his foot and out, and it's a foot race. Riker just a half step behind as Clarington able to move that off his stick. Elise picks it up in her own zone, goes off the boards to Riker. Riker pushes it into the middle to Jack as he comes up with a bit of speed now. He comes in the zone, got one man in front of him. Goes wide looking to pass the middle and stops as it hit the foot. And Riker is going to get a penalty. They both got him, but that's a tough penalty. As he did get his stick on the puck, but Clarington player did go down. So 11-19, Clarington's going to go on the power play. Tough hockey play resulting in a penalty. Aces send Harry out with Xander, Declan, and Charlie. Face off one to the middle. Clarington behind the net, but Xander able to maintain control and push it to the corner. Charlie chops, comes out to the middle, Harry with it, and he'll be able to send it out of the zone as it's knocked down by the Clarington player. As they regroup at center ice and move around. And deflected puck and right onto the stick of Declan. He'll fire it all the way down. As Clarington now moves it up to center ice and they take the zone. Checks up at the line, tries to go across ice. Bouncing puck, nice pass by the Clarington player to his winger. Centering pass, misses it, but goes cross ice right onto the winger. Winger goes down low below the net. Looking for his options, comes out, looks for the wraparound. Nothing happening there, moved out by Declan to Harry. Harry's got it, he's got one man to beat, so he's gonna go for a skate. He goes wide, gets bumped there, with it, still has it as he gets behind, and now he's gonna just pin it along the boards as he's killing time. 57 seconds left. Great job by Harry just to kill time there as he'll go for his change. Clarington comes up the wing. They're going to just chip off the stanchion to the middle right onto an ace of stick as they're able to clear it back down. 40 seconds left on the penalty kill as Cam works hard to get in first. Barely late, but Clarington able to push it up with a little speed. And Clarington player hauled down by Graydon, and that's going to be another tripping penalty for the Aces. They're going to go 5-on-3 now, 31 seconds. .9:51 left in the period. Aces in a tough situation, 31 seconds, 5-on-3, and then they'll be on the 5-on-4 penalty kill. Face off one to the corner. Jack hard on it as the Clarington moves it back to the D. Now they're looking for their options. They come down there. Go across ice in the middle. One-timer, Xander there to make a nice stop. Jack hard on the boards. As Clarington goes with two there. Comes in the slot, misses it, and Ace is able to clear that as the shot was fanned on by the Clarington player. And Aces will get a wholesale change. They don't see the man in behind. As Clarington moves up, Clarington skater not even pushing the puck. Comes up the top of the dot, shot right into the breadbasket, and he'll hold on there for a face-off as we are now on a 5-on-4 penalty kill with a minute 22 left on that, 9:13 in the period. You're good, Rob. Face-off one to the boards, but Clarington controls. They go to the top. Skating around. Come to the D to D. He's going to look to go down to the corner with it. Clarington player misses it. Goes around. As they get it back up to the D. Look for what his options are. He goes cross ice to his other D. Can't handle a pass. But maintains possession inside the zone. Back to the other D. D down to the half boards. One-timer from the boards. Ill-advised shot there on the power play. As it goes all the way around and out. Thank you very much. 47 seconds left on the penalty kill. Long stretch pass by Clarington, pushed back into their own zone by their own player. He now skates with a little speed. He's going to try and go through everybody, and he can't, and Rory picks it up and sends it down. 30 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Aces, as the Aces are able to get their forwards changed. Clarington looking for options. They rim it around looking for that forward. Can't handle the play. Declan with it. He pushes it into the middle, back into their zone, as they're going to have to regroup. Send it up into the neutral zone. Pass up to the wing now. Waits up. 10 seconds left on the penalty kill. They rim it around to the other corner. And quickly checked by the defenseman, Keegan Dilks, as he's now got time, space, and we're back to even strength. Shot from above the dot, deflected wide. Nice kill by the Aces there. Clarington comes out. Offside by a step. Number 11 has a bit of a stick handle at the line, causes it, and nothing new for us. 7:37 left in the period. Score still 2-2 as we have face-off in the neutral zone. Clarington controls in the neutral zone. They take the line. Centering pass. Stopped there by Xander as he pushes it to behind the net. Working along the boards. Puck comes up to Cam. Cam unable to control it as it gets into the feet as the Aces just push it out. Clarington fires it in. They're going to still be offside. Still offside. Still offside. But apparently they're going to let him be. As Clarington takes control in the neutral zone. Aces players kind of falling over top of each other. And Clarington recycles in their own zone. Takes his time, he's waiting for them to get set up. Comes along the boards there. Touch pass to himself. Back to the D. As the stretch pass up to center ice. Misses everybody, but not going to be. Says there was a touch. Xander takes control of his own zone. He's going to move up. He's looking for ice. He's got ice to skate. He comes around, top shot high. Not controlled by the goalie. As Clarington turns it up and they send it. That should be an icing. And it is. Face-off will come all the way back down. .6:18 left in the period. Face-off deep in Clarington zone. Rory and Riker out there with Jack. Case is not sure who wants to be on what side. As Clarington ends up with the puck. Tries to clear but can't, gets to the boards. Clarington now comes around the back of the net. Looking for an outlet to the winger. Off the boards. Checked and pushed out by Clarington. There's a pile up. Elise is going to come. She gets to the line and in. She goes wide. Fighting there. Gets on the boards. Has to help get it in herself. As Clarington just sends that around to the far side. Riker with the weak stick poked over as Clarington picks it up and then chip it up. He's kept in by Elise and Riker. As he gains control, shot from distance, just wide. Rory goes to the corner. He's got it there. He puts it in behind. Riker's going to go in and battle behind the net. Gets control of it there. Checked by a second player as Clarington player loses an edge going over top of his own guy. And they just push it to the D. Elise with it, shot just wide. Goes around the far side. Keegan pinches. He's able to get it in deep for Rory. Rory misses it there. Clarington takes control in behind the net. Off the boards and up to the half mark. They're going to send it rink wide as they're trying to escape. 2-on-2, 3-on-2 as they enter the zone. He just pushes it in behind the net. Clarington trying to get a change. As he still has control, looking for his options. Fans on a pass back to the D, so recycles it back down low. They push it now up to the D, where Riker's able to check it off and controlled by Jack. As he goes to Riker on the half boards. Riker can't control it. Shot attempt, but misses there. Rory with it at the line. He'll just chip it out, where Riker takes a fortuitous bounce and gets body checked along the blue line. No call. Elise with it as she puts it off the boards and up to Riker. It's a 1-on-3 situation. Defense through one, can't get through them all. No surprise there. Gets in behind, still has control though. Strong on the puck. Clarington takes it on the half boards. Loses it at the line and has kind of pushed himself into no man's zone. And they're going to push it in. They're still going to be offside. They're still going to be offside. As they're still offside. Aces all kinds of time to stretch and let. They do. Able to get in. Riker with a low shot on net and just stopped and covered by the Clarington goalie, as I think he just needed a change. He'll take the face off deep in the zone. 3:56 left in the period. After a strong shift by Clarington, the Aces take the puck in deep in their Clarington zone. Scramble draw one to the back boards, where Ace is able to scramble draw, control it, comes out in front, shot! Just off a skate, goes to the back boards. Green with it there. Two Clarington come in and they take control of it to get it up to the half boards. Pushes it up to the middle. There. Xander with a good stick there, but pushes it all the way down. As he stops, tries to reverse. He moves it back. Comes out, tries to go through the legs, but off a skate. Jessup takes it. He makes sure it gets out. Battle along the boards. Xander will take control there. He'll go cross ice to a partner, Declan. Pushes it up to Jace. Jace is unable to get the pass. Clarington turns it around quickly and gets into the zone. Xander with it again. As the Aces try and push it, but Clarington stops that and keep it inside the zone. And Declan will take it behind the net, looking for what his options are. Chips it off the boards and out. That's going to be icing.
Okay.
As that puck will come back down, 2:46 in the period. Harry on the dot. Face off one back, chipped by Charlie. Pushed up to Cam stick, put on shot from high, hits the stick and goes wide. Harry on it on the half boards. Cam chips it to himself. Loses control there to Clarington as they pick it up and they're going to chip it out to the D. Elise with it. She just puts it right back down to the corner to Cam. Cam with a centering pass off the leg. Clarington now takes it and they center the pass. Can't handle it as Knox is going to be there to take it. He's going to chip it up off the boards and out. Ace is taking it at the center ice battle as Harry comes away with it, able to get it in the zone to Charlie. Kicking around, and finally Harry just gets it in behind. Cam's going to be in there, gets the guy twice the size. Cam doesn't get anything on it, but brims around to Rory. Rory bumped, but still maintains possession as he's trying to get a centering pass. Clarington defenseman muscles him off and moves it back around to the near corner. Pass out to center ice as Riker there to help. Gets it up to center ice, and Aces have 3-on-3 as Rory comes in, shot wide. Jack goes to the far side, takes it. He tries to go back to the D, and the Clarington player read that well, picked it up and put it deep in the Aces zone, or at least able to pick it up. She comes back, reverses, and goes out to the far side. Knocks with it as he goes off the boards. That's chipped and put back to the Clarington defense. As he doesn't see many options right now, so he goes to skate, just puts it in for a dump and chase and gets a change. Knocks with it first behind the net. He just pushes it up, trying to get to his winger. Gets back to the Clarington defenseman. Shot and wide, looking for a tip there. As it goes far side, Knocks with it now. And goes off the boards and tries to get it up to Rory, where it's too far, and Clarington will take control in their own zone. As both Rory and the Clarington defenseman lose. Oh, a centering pass, and Riker unable to connect. As Clarington comes back out, 2-on-2, rink-wide pass, shot from the top, off a blocker and wide. Ace defense put it back to the defense, shot along the ground, and somehow snuck under Xander. It kind of looked like he had his glove down trying to scoop it. Would be ill-advised by the tendy if that's what he was doing. Needs to make sure he seals the ice. And Clarington gets a bit of a soft goal late in the second period. 28 seconds left in the period. Clarington controls, they put it back down in the zone. Behind the net, push it out to the D. D comes up, moves to the middle, shot deflected to the corner by Keegan. It's in behind as Clarington puts it out. And a late chop by the Clarington player. Puck was clearly covering up. And a late chop there. Aces take offense to that. Don't blame them. As the puck is covered and the whistle had gone well. And there's another 2-3 whacks after the whistle there. But not late enough for the referees. No call on that play. Six seconds. Scramble draw into the middle. Clarington almost has an opportunity, but it's going to come around, try and get a shot on the ground, and puck buzzer goes to end the period before it gets to the net. Clarington leading 3-2 after 2 periods. All right, as we get set for the third period, there's 15 on the clock. Carry on the dot, Clarington wins it back clean to the D. They push it up the wall. Bounce pass there, and that should be an ice, and it is. That'll come down deep into the Clarington zone. Gray back on the dot. Roxy and Xander on the backside. Clarington controls in their own zone. Winger tries to curl, but poked out by Jessup. As Clarington pushes it to the other side onto the boards. Knox pinches, but to no avail. And a fortunate bounce there as Xander aggressively pinching his skate to stop the forward motion. And that chip by the defenseman hits his own player on the bench. That faceoff will be deep in the Clarington zone as the Aces take a wholesale change. Send Harry out with Cam and Charlie, and Elise and Keegan on the back end. 14:27 left on the clock. Aces trailing 3-2. Faceoff won by Harry. Pushed back to Elise. She goes back to the half wall, puts it into the feet of Cam, where the Toros able to clear that out as they put 3 on Cam. And they move it wide side and cross. Chips it in deep as he loses an edge at the line there. And Elise forced to take that as Clarington takes possession. They get it back to the D. Shot high and wide. Clarington back on it in the half boards. They just tuck it in behind. Centering pass. Missed his target. After to the D, where Clarington D just pushes it back behind. They'll try again. Pinned by Keegan along the boards there. Clarington pushes up the half boards. They're going to cycle it back around, look for that centering pass again. They get it, but to no avail. Harry able to push it to the half wall. And Clarington controls as they just go right back down below. Centering pass doesn't happen. Harry hard on it as he's pushing away from the Clarington player. Elise with the chip there. She just tries to pin it along the boards. Clarington takes it again. Clarington controlling the zone here for an extended amount of time. Late trailer coming in looking for something there. As go behind the net. Centering pass comes right out to Elise as she goes out to the winger, and they're able to clear here. And hopefully the Aces, Harry just tries to put it in deep. But stop there as Clarington skates with it now into the neutral zone. They go cross ice. Comes right on to Keegan as he puts it up into the middle. He goes for a change as it goes in behind. Elise is going to have to be the one to win the race, but can't. Clarington picks it up and they put it back in behind the boards. Cycling the puck now as they go and look for it up, and they come up to the D. Up to the D, and shot, bouncing wide. Goes to the half boards. Rory hard on it, hacks on it, no avail, gets down deep. Declan gets in front of the player's progression, and Harry picks it up as he's going to go for a skate. He gets it up to Rory. Rory checked right away as they battle along the boards there, and Clarington takes control as they punch it into the zone. Clarington looking to get a change on as Xander comes up with speed. Gets almost leveled, but sidesteps it. As Clarington able to push up now. Goes wide, gonna just push towards the net, in behind and back out the other side. Chipped up by Xander as he'll take it now, and he'll go back behind the net and around. Clarington hard on it as they take it and they just push it towards the net. Loose puck in front, an opportunity there. Another loose puck, comes back to the line, keeps it in. Puts it to the corner as Clarington controlling this period so far. Ace is not able to get much going as they just chip it out. And Clarington recycles and puts it right back down in behind. Puck up to the half boards. Rory able to get it. And now he's got a 2-on-2 situation. He's going to skate. Comes in, shot again. And the Clarington goalie able to snap that one and hang on to it. As the Aces get about 3 seconds of offensive production towards the net versus the Clarington 4 minutes of this first period. Clarington dominating the third period right now. But nonetheless, the face-off is deep in their zone. Graydon scramble draw. Clarington controls as they go far side. Skating there, looking for his offense. Ace is able to push the half boards. Luke there pushes it up the middle. Jace has got a step and tries to get a step. He's got a step. He's coming in all by himself. Shot right into the breadbasket of the goalie. As he did have Clarington players all over his back. Nice job by the Clarington goalie just to stay steady on that as Jace chipped it right up into him. And another face-off deep in the Clarington zone. 10:50 left on the clock. Elise with a shot off the blocker into the dangerous zone, but nobody there to pick it up except for Clarington. They whip it out, and Elise takes it, banks it off the boards, and Graydon tries pushing to himself, but can't. Picked up by Luke as it's flipped towards the net. Graydon with it now. In behind the net, just picks it up, comes around, fires a tip, and goes far side. Pass blocked by Graydon as being flipped around. Luke picks it up along the boards and sent into our zone. Noxie with it, he pushes to Jace. Jace with a clapper from high, steered to the corner by the Clarington goalie. That's Clarington pushes it into the zone. Steered to Xander as he'll just block that and cover it and take the face off deep in the Aces zone. 10 minutes left in the clock, and the Aces still trailing by 1. Harry on the dot, able to win it back to Keegan. Keegan grabs it. He's going to whip it around. Chipped by Declan, and Cam will take control there. Pushes it up to Harry. Harry checked quickly at the line, but out. Clarington takes control in the neutral zone as they go back to the D, and D's going to give it right back to him, but misses the pass. Keegan off the boards and up and out, and that'll go back down into Clarington zone. As they go for a stretch pass, unable to connect. Declan catches it, but can't clear it. As there, it's kicked out by the Clarington player. Clarington now with it. Doesn't like what he sees, so he's just cycling around in his own zone. Charlie giving him fits as this pass off the stanchion. Lots of weird bounces in this rink. We've seen pucks hit stanchions and go left, right, center, and up. Deep in the zone, Aces give chase. Clarington defense go D to D on themselves into the skates. Lose control. Harry has it now. Trying to get it somehow in front. He does. Whacked at. Scramble. Push to the backboards. Back out in front. Another chance. And covered by the Clarington goalie. As the Aces get a couple whacks, but Clarington able to negate that chance. 8:57 on the clock. As the Aces change it up and we'll have a face-off deep in the Clarington zone. Why is it out there? Why did that face-off come out?
I don't know. Did somebody come in?
Clarington flips that out. Clear delay of game in the NHL, but we're okay here. 8:51 as that face-off will come inside the zone and where it should have originally happened, I think. Be interested to hear why that happened. The only thing I can think of is the defense coming in. Rory takes a draw, pushes it towards the net. As it goes in behind, hits the stanchion and comes right back out. That corner has been doing that all game long. Xander pinches, keeps it in. Rory takes control of the half boards. Looks for an option, scores, shoots, and he wires one, bar down. As Rory with his second of the day. And the Aces tie it up with 8:34 left on the board. Three to three. Scramble draw at center ice. Pushed back to Clarington. Chipped by Rory. Rory's got another chance here. Winds up, shot. Can't control it. Nobody there to pick up the garbage. As Clarington puts it up high off the glass, takes another weird bounce off the stanchions. Xander with it, he tries to get to center. Clarington hard on it, as they're not going to take control of the neutral zone and skate in. They just chip it in behind the net. Xander there hard as he's checked by the Clarington player, who's able to kind of almost get it out, but Xander able to help. Pushed back into the corner by Clarington. Xander on it hard. Shot low, right on Xander as he stops that and puts it behind the net. Knocks with it as he's just working to get it to Xander. Xander pushes it now up to Riker. Can't handle it. The Clarington defense just puts that in. Aaron passes. They had an opportunity. Rory on a long shift, tired, and let it go. So that'll be an icing. 7:40 left in the period as that puck's going to come all the way back down here. Face off deep in the zone. And push back to behind the goal line. The Aces, where Elise picks it up, goes to Keegan. Keegan just tries to run around right onto Clarington's stick as he's centering pass. And checked nicely by Elise as it gets to the line but not out. And the defenseman trying to put it in gets it off Luke, and that flies into the Aces bench as that puck will stay inside the zone for a face-off with 7:22 left on the clock. Gray in the dot with Luke and Jace. Keegan and Elise on the backside. Clarington wins a shot. Tipped wide and behind. Short side. Oh, golden opportunity just missed by the Clarington player. Had the opening, just couldn't connect. Puck comes up to the blue line and is chipped in but out by deflecting off Jessup. Jessup able to stick check. Takes three Aces with him. It's shot pushed to the corner by a nice kick save by Xander. As Clarington takes it, he's going to recycle his Gray. From a stick check, he's going to be hauled down. Chase with it, shot wide. Keep going, Aces. There's still a delayed penalty, and Clarington will touch it up as we're going to have a holding penalty on Clarington. Aces are going to go on the power play. 6:47 left in the period. Never stopped skating through that and caused the penalty. Great job by the Aces. Harry comes out of the draw with Charlie and Cam, and we have Declan and Xander. As Toros win the face-off deep into the corner there, push in front of the net where they take control, and they're going to push it. Harry's able to get it, and he goes back to the line. Xander with it, he gets it to the half wall where Charlie grabs it, looking for his options, sauces it back to the line, back to the half boards, back to the line. Got to walk the line here a bit. There he goes. Now he's got some movement. Shot, and caught by the Toros goaltender. The untraditional backhand catch, but he's done that a couple times and he likes it. Minute 32 on the power play for the Aces, 6:20 in the period. Aces got to move the puck a little more and stretch out this Toro defense. Puck goes to the back line there. They push it up to the half wall, all the way to the D. Xander pushes it back down. Sauce back up to Xander. Xander goes far side. Finally, they move the puck across the ice. Shot high. And hits the glove and pops out. Harry with it as he gets it back to Declan. Declan shot, loose in front, cleared to the line but not out. Sander grabs it. He goes back down to the half wall. Sander trying to come in for the one-timer, not. Shot off in front, cleared by the Toros. The Aces do a nice job of getting a couple of shots there. 55 seconds left on the power play. As an errant pass hit Harry on the way by, and they're going to call icing on that one. Puck comes all the way back down. .46 seconds left on the power play with a icing face-off deep in the Aces zone here. Face-off one back to Elise. Elise looking for what her options are. She's going to skate. She reverses around, looks for what help she has. She just flips it to the side where Rory is. Rory goes back smartly to Knox where he plays it, and he's going to put it off the boards. The Toro defense just kind of skating around. Aces just not looking organized as they come in. Rory with it as he's going to get it in, rimming around, and we're going to work behind the net. Toros send it around. Rory able to stop it, slow it down. Knox pushes it back into Rory. It goes behind, and Toros going to get it. Should be a good clearing opportunity. It goes around, but Jack stops it there. He takes control and gets it all the way out to Riker. Riker comes with it. Goes back to the D. Knox, shot. Way wide as I'm back to even strength now. Puck comes around, Riker with it. Shot from the dot, along the ground and covered by the Toros goalie. And the shot along the ice doesn't get very far. 4:37 left in the period, and we are back at even strength. And referee looks like he's sending a player from both sides for chirping a bit here and there. Yeah, he's sending both players for unsportsmanlike, I think. Yep, both of them getting unsportsmanlike penalties, offsetting minors. Toros win the face-off, chip it, goes in behind the net. They get it up to the half wall. Jace working on it with Jack as Toros push it around. Looking for the far side pass, and there it is. And the centerman actually stopped the pass to a streaky winger. And Aces just put it back down in deep. Jacko's going to go for a change. Up to the half wall. Pass the centerman. It's a 2-on-2. Shot low off the stick and pushed out to the Riker with it now as he skates. He goes wide with it here. Tries the centering pass, doesn't happen. Maintains it in the corner. Working hard to keep it as Toros get a stick on it. Bouncing puck to the corner. Riker works his man off it, and Toros just send it straight out to Keegan as he pushed it back in. That'll be icing if it gets there. It doesn't. Toros with it on half wall, off a skate and back to the defenseman. He just goes to his partner, where he pushes it up to the wing. Winger now goes up the middle and just missed it, Riker, but right back on to Declan, where he puts it up to Graydon, and Graydon just puts it in deep to go in behind. 3 minutes left in the period, as two on two in behind, and Jessup's gonna go to the corner and try and get it, as Toros just put it, working hard. Gray comes up with it. He's going to push it out to the D. Keegan with it, comes off the wall. Shot high, glove down by a Toro player, and goes to the corner where he reverses. And he's going to just flip it up into open ice where the Toros were tired looking for a change, but he's got one on him. Off the boards and up to Charlie. Charlie looking for options, tries to go cross ice. Sits at center ice as it pushes up to a Toro player. They enter the zone, dangles one player, but Harry does a nice job checking him from behind as the Aces take control and push it back up to Harry in the middle. Harry now gets control of the line, still has control. Goes far side. Centering pass off the goalie and push out to the line, but Noxie pinches and keeps it in. Harry there to support. Noxie going hard to the corner. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Comes back out, nobody home there. Xander just makes sure that he doesn't get beat there, does a great job. Where back checking Harry, he takes the puck off to the Toros player. Xander now grabs it behind the net and rims it around. Toros push it off, Harry has it. He stops up and he goes back over to Knox. Knox up to Jack. Jack goes with the puck and he's gonna go wide. Got a little speed, goes for a centering pass. Cam unable to connect there as Toros pick it up and they take it into the neutral zone. Streaking player there, unable to control it as the Aces pick it up. Harry with it now there as he goes cross ice and chip there just to avoid a chance by the Toros. Defenseman just plugs it in behind the net and two players meet at the same time with a little collision, but nothing really happened there. Harry controls now. He's got center. Harry just looks to put it in deep as the Aces get the wholesale change. Harry working hard to keep it down low. Minute 8 left on the clock. Aces maintain it. Riker walks out, shot high and caught by the Toro goalie as the Aces get a face-off deep in their zone. Minute 3 left on the clock. Great out with Riker and Jace. Keegan and Elise on the backside. One to Jace. Jace back to Keegan. Keegan shot low and tried to be tipped, but it was stopped by Gray and pushed out to Toros. Toros pushing with 3-on-3. Ace is back checking hard. Stops up, centering pass, but to no avail. Chipped out by Jace with 45 seconds left on the clock. Toros up to center ice. They're just going to dump it in deep and play in behind our net. Keegan hard on it as he rims it over to the wing. Jace with the chips. Chips gets hit high, but that's big kid on little kid. And puck squeaking towards the net where Xander's able to cover up and take a face-off with 25 seconds left. Aces change it up as they bring out Jack, Rory, and Luke with Xander and Declan on the back end. .25 seconds left on the clock. 3-3 tied deep in the Aces zone. Face off one back. Declan. Toro winger hard on him there to take possession in behind the net. Pushed to the far corner. Xander working there. As the Toros get it back to the D. Push up. Jack now takes control in his own zone. He's going to skate with it. Looks for an option. Tries to force it through to Rory. Gets stick back to Jack. Jack shot wide. Thought he had more time last time than he did. And that will do it, folks, as we're going to end in a 3-3 tie. A fairly back and forth game by both teams. Clarington probably owned a bit more of the ice time than the Aces did, but it was a good back and forth game as we'll take the tie. And we'll move to playoffs tonight. We'll find out what that does to the rankings. That probably screws up the whole division. So we'll go from there. And we'll see you tonight, folks. Oh, we'll get the player of the game and the handshakes here. Rory with the Aces player of the game with 2 goals for the Aces. And number 88 for the Toros. And we will see you this afternoon around dinner time. Playoff games are in around the 6 o'clock